Hey,
Hello, my name is Selena.
and my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. Happy Wednesday. I hope your week is going well and you are halfway to the weekend. At least that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to rephrase that a little bit. I'm going to say I hope your week is going better than ours. Because Selena and I were just chatting before we hopped on, and I think, at least me personally, I won't speak for Selena, I'm having a really rough week, and I'm going to be totally honest about that. And the thing is, it's hard when people around you that care about you are like, what's wrong or what's going on or like whatever, but you just don't know what to say because it's just a conglomeration of things. And I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm just really tired. I'm very stressed out. I'm just trying to figure things out. But I will say I'm handling all of it a little better than I have previously. So I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. But there's always things we can improve on.
Yeah.
So
you know what?
literally.
I think you're doing a great job. You don't have to improve because you're already doing great, you know? Like,
thanks, Selena.
I think we're always so focused on what we can do better, right? Like next time we can do this better. But like, I think it's good to like recognize that, you know what? You're doing great right now as well.
Wow.
My therapist taught me that.
Yes, bitch.
Rebecca. Oh, yeah. I mean, I paid a lot of money for her, but
yeah,
you know,
you're like, so she better had said some wisdom shit like I can't.
It's working.
Yeah. No, but it's such a good reminder too. It's like you're doing the best you can at any given moment, and you just have to remind yourself of that. So yeah. But how are you?
I'm doing
I was
fine.
gonna continue that sentence, so it sounded like how are you? But anyways.
I'm doing fine. Work has just been so annoying. It's just been so annoying. And it doesn't help that, like, I work from home, so it's, like, I can't really, like, get away from it. Yeah. And, like, I think it helps that, like, I have an office, so, like, I could move to the living room or go to the bedroom, whereas before in my old place, like, my desk was in the bedroom, so, like, I couldn't even relax. So at least I have, like, a space in my house to put work, or at least, like, compartmentalize it that way, but it's still, like, hard because it's like, oh, when I'm done I just shut my laptop, but like my mind doesn't shut off, you know, like the shift isn't there physically anymore. Like
you can't just leave it at the office and then start fresh with your evening. It's like all still in that cloud.
Exactly. So honestly, I was gonna like work after recording this podcast, but now I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to because I've just been like so stressed and annoyed that I'm just like, you know what? I can deal with it during the day. Like that is how I'm going to set a boundary if I can't set a boundary physically or whatever. So,
no, I think that's good. And I think too there's some level of pressure when you're on salary because you're not hourly, right? And so you're always like, I just have to get my stuff done no matter what that looks like. And so I think it's important, even in cases like that, to keep that boundary for yourself. And yes, there's special cases where you might have to get stuff done, but at the end of the day, your mental health is so important. And I try to remind myself that like you can't even do work to the level that you might need to do it if you're burnt out and you're not taking care of yourself. So like, and I know you and I can relate a lot in how we're perfectionists and want to do our best at all times. And so now I'm just preaching to myself too, but it's like you have to take care of yourself to be able to do that too. So
no, exactly.
I like how we're just therapizing each other right now. It's just like, you're doing great, but you are doing great, Selena. Like seriously, like you have a lot on your plate and you have a lot of goals for yourself, especially within the next little chunk of time. And so You know what I'm thinking about? Sorry, now I'm going to get all deep again because this is who I am as a person. But it's like, I was going to say you just have to get over this little hump and then like you'll be able to relax. Yeah. The amount of times I've said that to myself and then you never get over the hump.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, I feel like I need to remind myself that yes, that can be helpful sometimes, but you never know when things are going to come up. So like you have to take care of yourself in the moment and just take it a day at a time rather than always looking forward to something, because then you're just not even like living in the present or like living your life, bro. I need to get my shit together is what I'm realizing right now. Like I am realizing that I need to get back on my shit because your girl is like like going down. I gotta bring myself back up.
Actually, this isn't piping hot anymore. This is actually our new therapy podcast.
No, literally. This is our new therapeutic experiment where we do therapy on each other at the same time.
Yes, for you all to listen.
Wow. Cool.
Amazing.
Well, in conclusion, we're both doing really, really good.
Yeah, like amazing. Amazing. Never felt better.
I have to ask you though, randomly, are any big writing updates for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not big, but okay, maybe yes. Okay, right. I'm trying not to downplay, okay, right? Remember, this is our new therapy podcast. I'm trying not to downplay my accomplishments.
We're going to be the most self-aware we've ever been. Like that.
Only took like 60 some episodes.
No, literally. Oh it only took us 60 episodes to not hate ourselves. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, that was so depressing. I don't hate myself.
Okay. Writing. So I sent off the first. Okay, well, actually, I finished revising the second half of my book, which is like a big problem point for me because I'm changing a lot of like the character arcs, and I told you how I was changing the ending as well. So like I finally got through that, and I'm making my way through the beginning now. And I just sent off the first 10 chapters to my next beta reader.
Wait, are you having another beta reader before you send it to agents?
So I'm gonna try. Like I think I'm gonna send it to agents later this week. But thankfully I was texting her and I was like, hey, like just sent you the first 10 chapters. Like no worries if you can't get to it. Like I can be patient, no worries, whatever. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm finishing a book today/tomorrow, but then I'm going to read the heck out of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, take your time. And she responds and she's like, oh no, I'm not going to take my time at all. I'm so excited. And so I think she's just going to blow through it, which I'm very excited about because then that'll mean like feedback gets to me quicker so I can make any adjustments. But her response was so funny. So,
see, people are so excited, dude.
Yeah, so.
You deserve the excitement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see her responses, but then I plan to send my stuff to a couple of agents by the end of this week. But I know I feel like sick to my stomach. Like I hate it. I honestly hate it.
No, I feel nauseous for you, so I can't imagine like how sick you must feel.
Yeah, no. Honestly, they call it like the query trenches.
Yep.
And I've been there before, and it's truly the trenches. Like it's horrible. Like because horrible.
It's literally just like trying to build yourself up enough over and over to like and expecting rejections.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
And that's like such a it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, because it's basically you're just like almost cold calling, except you're not actually calling them. You're just sending your stuff via email, but it's like, oh, I'm gonna get a rejection with this because it's just like you're throwing it out there into the world, like
and hoping to get lucky in a way.
Yes, so it's fine. I think I really do need that spa day.
Yeah, no, literally, same here, girl.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think that's it for writing. What about you? I feel like I haven't gotten a writing update from you in a while.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like I've taken a step back from it, and I'm going to be totally honest with our fans out there. Why? Just kidding. That was so gross. But I honestly have been having such a rough time with my own dating life that writing this man that in my eyes is like perfect, and then comparing it to these real life motherfuckers, these motherfuckers that give me literally nothing is making me sick. And I'm like, I need to put you away because you keep giving me false hope.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I'm trying to like rewire my brain, or just like look at it from a different perspective of like, okay, get lost in the world rather than like comparing it to your real life. Like, let that be my place of like finding enjoyment or like finding hope, right? And so I did a little bit of editing today. I have finished like the first 11 chapters of my third revision. So
my gosh.
So I sent that to the last beta reader I think that I'm gonna have.
Wait, when did you find another video? I'm sorry. What the heck?
No.
So what?
I'm just using one of my friends.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. But she reads a lot and knows her shit. So
good.
I trust her. So we're gonna do that, and then I think once she beta reads, I'm gonna go through it all myself again. And just give myself that space, and then I'll kind of figure out where I want to go from there. So.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like it's very exciting.
Wow.
Things are happening, but I'm just trying to like take my time with it. Because I don't want it to be another source of stress.
Exactly, and that totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. But you're making great progress. What the heck? That's amazing.
So it's good progress. I'm very, very excited. So, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
I was going to say, may I suggest pivoting to fantasy? Because when things hit a little too close to home for reading-wise, you can pivot to a whole nother world where none of the bullshit is there.
Okay, but here's the thing. I could never in 1,000 years write a fantasy book.
Okay.
My world building would be like, there was this dragon that she used to fly to this magical world that had fairies with magic that helped her turn into a dog. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, like, what? When you were talking the other day about, like, making a name for currency, no. I can't do that.
You have to make a name for everything.
No, I could not do that. I'd be like, you're getting the English language. Good luck, because I can't do more than that. I barely got the English language down half the time. Like, bruh, no. So, anyways.
Okay, I mean, it's an option, but also you could just read fantasy too. Like, you don't have to write
This is true, which is good because we're going to be reading our book club pick starting soon.
God.
So that'll be perfect.
You're so right. Mm-hmm. Wait, but I heard that it's a romantic fantasy, not a fantasy romance. You know that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like reading it is different than writing it.
Oh, got it. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Because especially in this book that I'm writing, that the characters are very, very close to home, shall I say. So
yep, they are.
It feels a little too real,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think it'll be good. And I'm actually, maybe this is a good transition to reading, watching, listening to, consuming.
Yes.
Boom! Did you hear how I said that?
That was amazing.
Thank you so much. But I have not read anything, I don't think, since we last recorded.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think so. Let me double check. But what have you been reading?
So I finished Defend the Dawn, which is the second book in the Defy the Night trilogy.
Okay.
And it was actually pretty good. Like, I was impressed. So I came in, like, not really feeling it. Nothing was really happening. And then, like, you hit a point and shit hits the fan. And I was actually really impressed because I read her other trilogy and the second book in that trilogy was like meh, but this book was definitely a lot better. And so I'm definitely going to pick up the third book I think it comes out this fall or something. But I'm excited because I really love the characters. Like the main guy character, I would die for. Literally die for. Like,
oh my gosh.
I don't remember like the last time I felt like this like love for him, which is so crazy.
That is a huge statement to make.
I know, right? Because like I feel like I've read a lot of fantasy books and I have like a lot of guys that like make my list, but like he is like so close to the top. I love him. He's just like,
oh my God, what's his name?
His name is Korik.
Okay.
But he has an alter ego named Weston Lark. And it's like, literally, it's because, so Korik is like the evil prince. Like he like kills people and he's all that bad. But then Weston Lark is like this undercover thief that's like kind. And so basically the whole second book is like him struggling with like both of his identities.
Oh my God.
And like deciding like, oh, can he be Weston while being Korik, or can he be Korik while being Weston? Like, it's so crazy. Like,
oh my God, that's so interesting.
Yeah, I honestly love it, and I will take both sides of him. I will take both sides of him.
You're like, I'll take both sides, either or, whatever you want to do.
I'm not picky.
Whatever you're giving, I'm getting. Thank you.
Exactly. So
nice.
But then I'm also listening to an audiobook. I forgot to tell you this. I started walking in the morning. So I've been walking like 1.5 miles every morning before I log into work.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's because I don't move during the day. I literally do not move.
Yeah, I kind of don't either.
So I was like, you know what? It's getting really nice out here. And I'm like, I want to be outside more because I'm stuck inside all winter. So I was like, okay, let's walk in the mornings. And they've been going really, really well. And when I'm walking, I'm listening to an audiobook. And I had purchased this a while ago. And so I just like wanted to start it. But it's called Gideon the Ninth by Tasman Murr. It's an adult fantasy. But the audiobook is like award winning. Like it's won so many different awards. And like the girl who like narrates it does a really, really good job. But I'm just like listening to that while I walk. And honestly, the narrator, or like the main character, Gideon, she is so funny. Like she is so like I've never read something that like has such a distinctive voice. It almost reminds me of like if Aelin was in an adult, like in an adult fantasy book.
Interesting.
Because she's just so like blunt and she knows what she wants, but she's really funny and she doesn't take anything seriously. Like I'm really enjoying it so far.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. It's good that you're like reading books that you're so excited about. You know, that's nice for a change.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But yeah, no, I mean, that book has been on my shelf for so long and like everyone raves about it. So I was like, okay, well, let me just like listen to the audiobook while I walk. And I've been really enjoying it. Honestly, though, I'm really excited for us to read the book club book.
Me too.
I'm so excited because I've heard so many things about that.
Same. And I know that the second book is already out. So I'm excited to like order that one as soon as we finish.
Okay, here's my thing though. I almost ordered the second book because they're literally the same cover, except the font is changed, like the title's changed. I almost ordered the second book, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? And you started reading it, and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, I missed something.
Yeah, no, literally. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. Yeah. I can't even imagine, but.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
What are you watching?
I'm still kind of in my Shark Tank era.
Very nice.
Yeah, I haven't been watching a lot else. Yeah. A lot of TikTok, but that doesn't really count. But yeah. How about you?
Nice. So I started season 2 of Bridgerton.
Yes.
And it's just so funny. It's so funny because I'm like, Antony, you are so in love with her. Like
literally,
what?
From
you
the
were
moment
in denial.
I am a gentleman. Shut the fuck up.
Yes. like, I was like, you are so smitten by her. It's like disgusting to watch you in this first episode. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it went on that long, him like
Literally.
pining for her. So that's been really fun. And then I actually kind of pivoted. So season 2 Bridgerton is on hold, and I pivoted to Queer Eye because season 7 recently dropped. And so
I know you love your Queer Eye.
I love them so much. And honestly, that TV show makes me feel so good. And it like fills me with hope that humanity isn't completely doomed. And so I just like
That's
love it so much.
Every once in a while.
It really is.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's been fun.
Nice. What are you listening to?
So I am listening to the album that we'll be talking today, but I am also back on my Folklore kick by Taylor Swift. So I mean, I keep
So you went off of it and then you came back.
Yes, I don't know what is wrong with me, honestly.
Random songs that I added to my May 2023 playlist that I should mention. Turn Me On by Nicki Minaj and David Guetta. Don't ask me why. I forgot how hard that song slaps.
It
like,
does.
Bitch. Okay. I've been listening to Favorite Kinda High by Kelly Clarkson, which I feel like is such a good summer song. So I'm really excited for that. And then I've randomly been listening to Undo It by Carrie Underwood. Don't ask me why. But that song slaps. I forgot about that song, and then I'm like, why haven't I ever sang this at karaoke?
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
that's such a good karaoke song.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Very nice. Those are good additions.
Thank you. It is the most weird playlist, but like, I love it.
Yeah. What are you consuming?
I've been consuming a lot of weird stuff. My mom and I tried a bunch of different restaurants around Boston this weekend, so that was cool. And one of the things that we did this past weekend was we spent a day at wineries. So we did like charcuterie, and we got this like gourmet popcorn board, and like it was just really, really cool. So I got to try a bunch of cool wines and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then I'm trying to think if there's anything particularly exciting, but I don't think there was. But yeah, it was all really good food, and I think I'm just trying to eat through what I have right now, and then I'm gonna do kind of like a good grocery haul this weekend. So
good. Yeah. Wow, that sounds like fun. I could go for like a winery and just sitting there getting drunk on wine, eating cheese and meats, and just that sounds so nice.
No, it was glorious, and it's nice being with family. Yeah, like eating a charcuterie board, because usually with like certain people, you have to be very polite about how much of one cheese or whatever you're taking. But when I'm with my mom, we're just like, we like inhale that shit. Yeah. We don't care. Like, if you don't get to the meat fast enough, sucks to suck.
Like, whose fault is that?
Exactly. So it was awesome. What are you consuming?
So yesterday, I talked Jack into getting Cane's, and so that's what we got.
Bro, I'm literally about to hang up this call and drive to Cane's 30 minutes away. Like, that's what I need in my life.
I know. It was after the gym. Well, because, like, we go to the gym right after he comes home, so I don't eat because I don't like working out on a full stomach. Yeah. So after the gym, I was like, let's get Cane's, because, like, that'll fill me up. Like, that'll fill me up, And he was trying to be, like, all, like, good and be like, I'm not going to get any, okay? You can get stuff. And I'm like, fine, whatever. As we're literally pulling up into the drive-thru, he's like, I think I'm going to get something. And at that point, I was like, nope, you can't. You can't. You already said
you said you couldn't.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
That's, wow. I'm happy for you both. What a glorious night. Any day you get Cane's solves your problems.
Yes. No, honestly, it was so good. It was so good.
Oh, magic. What are you drinking today, by the way?
I was literally just going to ask you that because I forgot to ask the question.
I know.
I'm drinking my probiotic tea, the lemon ginger, because I haven't had it in a really long time. So, nice. What about you?
I'm drinking my honey turmeric vitality tea.
Oh,
so it's not like my favorite flavor, but I felt like it was healthy or something. Yeah. I don't fucking know. That makes sense. But I don't know what anyways.
Okay.
Pop culture. I only have a couple things.
I only have 2.
Okay, me too.
Okay, sweet. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because mine aren't very exciting. So the first one is that it is official that a sequel to Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis is in the works.
What?
Yep. But here's the thing. How do you make a sequel to that movie? Yeah. Are they going to switch bodies again? That don't make no sense.
I don't know. It's kind of like when they made that sequel to Life Size. Have you seen it? I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
Just leave it be.
Yeah.
But like, I am excited and I'll watch it because it's like such a staple of my childhood. Yeah. But like, I'm just curious what that storyline will even be. You know, so.
Yeah, I just don't want them to ruin the first movie because it reminds me of Enchanted 2, which came out, I think, a year or so ago, and, like, it was so meh.
I still never watched it.
Me neither. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
Interesting.
I mean, I will say Lindsay and Jamie are, like, iconic, though.
They are. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
My first one is that today, it was literally just announced today, that Tina Turner passed away at 83.
That was my second one.
Yeah.
Wild. I think it was some like unknown disease, I think they said, or something like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I forget. I'll have to look more into it. But it was literally announced right as I was double checking if there are any other pop culture things to add.
Same.
But yeah, it's always weird when it's like, it feels like that golden era of music or like back in like the 1900s, which sounds like absurd, but like I feel like that whole 100 years, right? There are so many like legends, beginnings of new kinds of music, like those classic people you always hear about, and it feels like slowly you get these news of them like passing away, and it's just weird because I'm just like, who are our legends gonna be? Fucking Flo Rida, fucking
no, you're Pitbull,
50 Cent. Pitbull is a legend. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, sure,
I don't want to hear it, y'all.
Okay,
no,
cool. Yeah, he's in the same lane with Tina Turner. Sure.
Yep. Bitch, I need some DJ out there to make a collab of like Proud Mary with like Pitbull on it. That's what I need. That would be iconic. You can't even tell me otherwise.
Okay, sure.
Remember, we're being supportive.
Okay, yes, you have the right to that opinion.
I'll take what I can get. Oh, my Lord.
Okay, and then my last pop culture thing is that, again, today, Taylor Swift announced that she is releasing Till Dawn edition of Midnights.
Wow.
And it features a remix of Karma, a new song, and then a song that was originally on the album, but people were complaining that they couldn't hear Lana Del Rey in it, so then now they're re-releasing with more Lana. Like, that's literally it. Like, it's so weird. But yeah, no, I mean, I am excited. I will take anything that she gives. So, yeah.
Alrighty, Selena. Now we're into our topic of the day, so why don't you tell everyone what it is?
Yes. So, today, Theoni and I will be discussing the album by the Jonas Brothers. And yes, it is called The Album.
So creative.
Yeah, honestly.
I love it. But I'm really excited to talk about it. I feel like anytime I listen to the Jonas Brothers, I almost said the Joe Bros, but I was like, that's weird. Anytime I listen to the Jonas Brothers, it's very nostalgic, but also it's so cool to see what their music sounds like now.
Yeah,
and exactly. I also think, I guess this kind of leads to like overall thoughts on the album, but I feel like it's just so cool to see how they mesh all of their like individual styles into songs. Like, I think it's so cool.
Fun fact for our listeners, me and Theoni were front row for the Jonas Brothers when they did their little revival here in Minneapolis.
Their first or second show back.
I think it was literally their first.
That was a magic moment, and we looked at each other and we cried.
You cried? Yes!
That was like the best.
Amazing.
That was one of the maybe the best concert I've ever been to.
No, it was so much fun. But yeah, no, I mean, I kind of forgot that this album was coming out, but I was so pleasantly surprised.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too. I think I didn't really have expectations, either like low expectations or high expectations. Yeah. I kind of just went into it to listen, which is honestly really nice because I feel like for so many different things I have just like expectations, but it was nice to just go into it listening and be pleasantly surprised.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, what overall thoughts do you have?
So my first overall thought is that I'm so impressed. That's all in caps. I said that it sounds almost similar to DNCE, but DNCE is more pop dance, whereas this album is more like pop funk. Like it was almost like Silk Sonic, but not Silk Sonic.
Yeah, exactly. You know? It was so cool, but then I also feel like they included a little bit of like gospel-y elements, which I think was super cool. Yeah. And one of the overall thoughts that I had, it felt like they were like meshing a bunch of different vibes of like different decades of music into one. Like it was like kind of 70s, but certain songs were kind of 60s. There was a little bit of like 90s, but also felt really current. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. And then going to your other point too of like being intrigued on like how their sound evolves. Like I think I was with you too, where it's like I didn't have expectations. Like I think when I think of the Jonas Brothers, I think of all the classics that they have, because that's nostalgic to me, right? So of course that's what I'm gonna first think about. But I think I was just so impressed with this album because I'm like, I guess I would have never thought that this is where their sound would go, but like I don't hate it, and they're doing it really well, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's they definitely chose a specific avenue for this album. Like it felt very cohesive.
Yes,
and I think that they did it well. Yep. So that was great. You know, another note that I had was that I thought Joe's voice really shined throughout the album. Like I mean, we know what we're getting with Nick, and to some degree we know what we're getting with Joe, but like there was something about his voice that I was like so impressed by, even though I know he has a fantastic voice, but like sometimes I was like, what the heck? Like it was so good.
This is why I've always been a Joe girl, okay? This is the exact reason why. And I agree too. It's like I know what I'm getting with Joe, and like we've both seen him live as well too, so we know like what he can offer, but like this album and his vocals absolutely floored me.
No, me too. And it just felt like anytime he had a verse, what was the verse that I specifically... Hold on, let me find what song it was. I forget. His verse on Celebrate. When he came in on the second verse, he just freaking attacked it. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was just so, like you said, floored. Like, I really was. Like, I just thought it was so good. One thing I will say, there were quite a few different song structures on the album as well. Yeah. Like, there definitely were those songs where it was clear like those would be radio songs. Like they felt very like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Yeah. You know? But then there were other ones where I felt like they experimented a little. Yeah. And I thought that was really cool. And another thing they did a lot was like the 2000s fade out from the song.
Yes!
Which was really interesting. Yes! I was like, okay, you're bringing it back. Go off.
Like, sure, that's a artistic choice, a decision, artistic decision. I will say too, their songs on the album, like all of them, most of them are pretty short. Like I was very surprised.
Me too, because like it would start nearing the end of the song and I was like, wait, it's already done?
Yes. And I feel like that's not common nowadays, you know, where it's like you're looking at the All Too Well 10-minute version by Taylor Swift, where it's like some of these songs were like 2 minutes. And I'm like, that's not enough for me almost. Like, that's, like, maybe add, like, 30 more seconds.
But there was also some part of me that liked it because it didn't, there was some where I was like, it almost feels incomplete, but then other ones where I was like, I like it because I was excited about the whole song, but then it didn't feel like it dragged on. So I could listen to the whole thing without pushing next before it was done, which I have a very bad habit of doing. So any other overall thoughts?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So do you want to do favorite lyrics or favorite songs first?
Let's do favorite songs first.
Okay. So I will say I chose 3, which we can talk about, but I have a couple of honorary mentions.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
gosh.
Just 2. I had to bring back the honorary mentions. I've been doing good, but I just had to, okay?
Okay.
So my honorary mentions are Celebrate and Summer Baby.
Oh,
I really liked both of those songs. I thought they had good vibes. They got a little repetitive and lyric-wise, they weren't super exciting to me. So that's why they were just honorary mentions, but I do feel like they were really good and very much fit the vibe of the album. So I thought they deserved a mention.
Nice.
So, yes.
Okay, so what's your third choice then?
Okay, my third choice is Miracle, which is the opening song on the album. I just thought it was the most perfect opening song. Like, I'm telling you, like, the note that Nick fucking released at the beginning of the song, I was like, that is you setting the precedent for the whole album. And I thought that was so smart of them. And I also just thought like it had like a little bit of a gospel-y vibe. Like it had such like a good beat. And you know I love my upbeat songs. So I just felt like it was such a good vibe. I don't know.
When I first listened to that song, it was like, oh, like, I'm going to grab your attention and I'm not going to let go. And I was just, like, so impressed. Also, too, Nick sounds so good.
He does. He really does. His voice shines on that song.
Yes. So, no, I agree. That's a good song.
What is your number 3 song?
So, my number 3 is Americana.
Okay.
And honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I can't even remember how the song goes. Are you surprised though? I am a fake fan.
But the one, if I'm remembering correctly, because that song felt a little forgettable about me. That sounded like exactly what the title was. So I felt like it was very properly titled. Like it just felt like very guitar-y, just very casual, sitting outside singing.
As you're like saying this, I'm like, oh, sure. I don't even know what the song sounds like. Here.
I think we need to play it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this felt like very summery to me, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, I love it. Mm-hmm. Yes, I love it. Okay. So it is my third, okay? It was correct. I just needed a refresher.
Dear Lord. Oh, wow. This is great. Okay.
My number 2 song, which I do remember how it goes, is Sail Away.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing, though. I think what you were saying about structure for these songs, I agree. Because Sail Away kind of has, like, a very different structure. And I think my favorite part of the song is the ending. Where it's like
layering.
Yes, and it's, like, literally everything else drops. And it's, like, they're just, like, layering. And they're just saying Sail Away again. And I love that. Also, though, I am such a huge hoe for John Bellion, and you can hear him at the end of that song, and I just like love it. Like you can so tell that that's a John Bellion song. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It didn't. I thought that was really cool at the end, but the song felt a little repetitive to me.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it was not my favorite. But
okay.
What you said about it being a John Bellion song, absolutely.
100%. Like,
for
that,
sure.
Like, John definitely 100% wrote it. Like, he...
No, literally.
That is his song.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what is your number 2?
My number 2 song is Waffle House. I don't give a crap if it's the one that's on the radio.
Yeah.
I think it's so catchy.
It's
such a good vibe. It's so fun. Like, I don't really understand what it's about because you're talking about a Waffle House, but then a mother-daughter, whatever the heck, I don't understand. But it's a great vibe, and I'm here for it. And it felt very much like a Jonas Brothers song that I want to hear live.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
No, it's very catchy. I like that song. Your number one.
You want to hear mine first?
Yeah.
Okay. My number one song is Montana Sky.
Oh, how interesting.
Which is a very different pick for me.
It is.
Okay, I know. But I thought it was just so good, and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. And it also really gave me Fleetwood Mac vibes, which is very interesting. And I thought it was just really good. And like, I don't know. I've been having such a stressful week, so maybe like what I've been going through in my life like contributed to that to some degree, but it just felt like the breath of fresh air that I needed, and it felt unique to the other songs in a way that I liked, but still cohesive with the album. I don't know. Maybe it just hit right at the right time.
Yeah. But. No, I really do love that song. That's
do you
a good
remember
song.
it?
I do.
Okay. Well, you didn't remember one of your picks, so what am I supposed to think? So what is your number one song?
My number one is Little Bird.
That makes sense for you.
I think it is just the sweetest song in the entire world. Like, it's so cute. And it's like, it's just like so perfect because like now they're all dads. Like they are all dads, and it like makes so much sense for them to have this song on their album. But what sold me was Joe's vocals in that song is out of this world. Literally, dude. Oh my God.
I'm going to be honest with you, Selena.
What?
I got bored of that song that I didn't listen to the whole thing. So I'm going to go back and listen to the whole thing so I can hear Joe's vocals so I can freak out with you. Because maybe I missed out on something.
You're a fake fan. You are a fake fan.
I guess I am. But
it's so
that's fine.
His vocals are so good. Like, this was a song where it's like, like Joe, this is his best song, I think.
Oh.
In my opinion, even though he sounds great and amazing in Walls, I'm like, oh no, Little Bird takes the cake for him. Like, he sounds so good.
I love when there's songs where you're just like, wow, that really like makes you shine.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That we didn't even have one similar one,
I know,
which
that's
is
very
interesting.
Yeah.
Not even on my honorable mentions, but that's okay. I think that just goes to show that like the album really as a whole is really, really well done.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
For favorite lyrics, I only have one lyric that I liked.
Really? Let me guess. It's in Montana Sky.
No, it was in Little Bird, actually. But I just felt like lyrically the album didn't do much for me. Like, I didn't feel like the songs made a lot of sense. And if I really wanted to understand, I'd have to go and read all the interviews about what each song means, do all of that. And I like songs that are really unique with their lyrics or like make you think a little bit. But to me, a lot of the lyrics were repetitive. So like as much as I like the album lyrically, it wasn't my favorite.
I think that's fine. Like when I think of Jonas Brothers, I don't think of anything groundbreaking lyrically from them. But also though, I can see that all their time went into production. Of like the actual song where it's like, okay, lyrics can be like second to the table, but you know what? We're going to focus on the production, and that really shines through. So for me, I was like, okay, that's fine.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, I picked 3.
Okay.
Because I thought that's what we were going to do, but it's fine.
It was, but I literally couldn't find anywhere I was like, I want to talk about that.
Okay, so as I was going through the lyrics, I am so convinced that all these Jonas Brothers are so in love with their wives.
No, they're obsessed.
Pains me. It literally pains me. I'm like, they are so lucky to have them, but then the women are so lucky to have, like, it's like everyone is lucky. Okay.
No, everyone is lucky all around. I don't think it's a PR relationship anymore. With Nick and Priyanka.
Yeah.
This album convinced me that it's real. So congrats.
It was just so... Like, they just love their wives so much.
Do.
And I'm like, oh my
But again, I was like, how many different times can you say that you love your It's like Billy and Daisy. When Daisy was like, Billy, I don't want to sing a bunch of songs about how you love your wife. Let's try something else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so my first one is actually from Summer Baby.
Okay.
And I think this is literally the chorus, but it says, you feel like summer, baby, heating up my body, too much tequila, now we're dancing in the lobby, know every inch upon that body, but the feeling is new, still catching feelings for you.
Yeah, that was really cute. That was a little spicy, but really cute.
I know, it was spicy, definitely spicy, but then like ended on such a cute note, because I feel like, I mean, they haven't been married for long except for Kevin, but like I think people think as time goes on, like love fades because like you're stuck in such a routine, but this almost feels like refreshing, and it's it's every day is still a new day with you, and like I love that, and
that's such a good sentiment to have.
Yes. And I really loved it. I thought it was so cute. Okay, my second one.
Yes.
So the second one that I like, Montana Sky.
Yes, bitch.
It says, I could fill up all my glasses, maybe move to Calabasas, say I'd rather be alone, but it's all just thunder and the smoke, seen the world, you're still the where I want to go. I'm sorry. That is so cute.
Can you explain? I remember listening to that and be like, thunder, lightning, Calabasas, what the fuck?
So I could fill up all my glasses, maybe move to Calabasas, say I'd rather be alone, but it's all just thunder and the smoke. So I took that as them being in Hollywood, right? Calabasas is in California. So like they could fill up all their glasses of fame, money, popularity, girls, shows, all of that stuff, and say that like he'd rather be alone, admits it all. But that's just like a little facade of like what they really want. And then obviously the end, seeing the world, you're still the where I want to go. That like out of anywhere in the world, no matter how filled my glasses are, like you are still the one I choose.
Okay, I like that. See, there's a reason why I like that song.
That's how I interpret it, and I just thought it was so sweet because again, it's like you need to understand that like Jonas Brothers, they came back and they had a huge fan base built. And so I feel like that can be really overwhelming if their wives aren't used to that. Sure. But I think it's just like so cute.
It is.
And also heartwarming to be like, this doesn't matter. I can be doing shows. We can be going on a world tour. But no matter what, I'd still want to be with you. I'm going to throw up.
Okay, yeah, no, literally. Again, you love your wife. We get it.
Okay, what is your one lyric in Little Bird?
Okay, because it said, because I know if I'm doing my job correct, nights like these will happen less. So please just keep me in your heart when you fly into somebody else's arms, Little Bird. I'm going to be honest. I'm still trying to decode it a little bit because my brain is so broken this week that I think that contributed to why I just like didn't understand anything. But it was just a really cute sentiment.
Yeah.
And to me, it just shows how much they care about their children and how much they love being dads and how much they want to do right by their kids.
Yeah.
And that's all you can hope for, I think, as a parent is just like, do your best for your kids and show them that you love them, you know. So what is your top lyric?
My top lyric is Walls, from Walls.
Okay.
Which, again, I think is a gorgeous song. And it says, 'cause time is a doorframe I want to go through as long as it leads me back to you. Same thing with, like, Montana Sky of, like, leading back to their wives and their family. But, like, I think it's just so cute, and I love it.
You love your wives.
Yeah.
No, but it is really cute. And I think if you can find someone that like feels like home to you and that you just want to come back to, like, and that's the one place you want to be, like, that just shows that's your person. Like, on a very simple level, like, that's what you want out of a life partner.
Yeah, exactly. And like this, I think this specific lyric definitely says like, oh yeah, I like want to grow old if it's with you. Again, being like, I choose you. Anyways, okay, I'm done. I could talk in circles, okay?
Gosh. But I think that's it. Do you have anything else to say about the album or anything? No. I know it's a short episode, but it is what it is.
No, I think that's it. Honestly, like, Jonas Brothers are coming here to Minnesota, and I was gonna get tickets, but I was like, no, not really. Like, I'm not dying to go. Mm-hmm. But after hearing this album, I'm almost like intrigued to go, because like the vocals live, I would like die for.
I wonder if tickets would get really cheap close to the show.
Yeah.
So you could kind of put it on your calendar as a maybe and then see if you could find like cheap tickets.
Yeah, I wonder.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But they would be fun to see live again. Yeah. The thing is like, you know, you'd get your money's worth because you know it'll be a really good concert.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah.
Well, guys, now that we're done talking about the Jonas Brothers album, Selena, what are we talking about next week?
Next week.
Do you like that setup?
Yes. Next week, the topic that Theoni and I are going to be talking about will be a surprise. Mm-hmm. So come back next week.
We do have a couple ideas, to be fair.
We do.
I'm going to give us some credit there. But we got to figure out a couple details. So, well, we will keep you posted as always.
I promise it's going to be so amazing.
It will be. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye.